What's up, YouTube? You know what time it is. It's MightyFan time, and this is another vlog here in a series I'll be doing. So I guess this is volume 2. The topic that I want to mainly talk about in this vlog is the retail price of authentic jerseys, and my thoughts on that. And you know, it's a big topic in the jersey community, the jersey collecting community, about people finding alternative means to buying jerseys. People buying knockoff jerseys or whatnot from different sites and getting them overseas and whatnot. And I'm always in the opinion that people are gonna, I don't I don't hate on people for what they do. Everyone buys things what they can afford. Everyone buys things the way they want to. In what most of the collectors within this group, just stick to authentics and don't even bother with the the knockoffs and counterfeits. But a lot of people just don't know, can't tell the difference, or it's more affordable to them. So I don't hate on people, for doing what they want to do. If they're happy with what they buy, it's their prerogative to do it. I will say this: I don't think that the retail brands are making it any easier for people to buy their product. I've noticed in recent years the price just keeps going up. And I know that they make changes with their material and they're looking for this way of, they're using this material, or, they're always looking for ways to improve their product, and that's fine. I don't have any, ill will towards the companies. I don't have anything wrong with them looking for ways to improve, because I think you can never stop looking for ways to improve. If you're going to run a business, you're always looking to improve and do something differently, make something better. And one of the companies is Majestic. Majestic outfits the MLB. They do all the authentics, the hat, the jerseys, and such. And they just rolled out this past off season the Flex Base brand. And I know some of the guys in the group, some of the collectors already own a few of these jerseys. I know Hometown Fit is, of course, with his Blue Jays, and Pistol, I think, has a Buster Posey Giants jersey. I know some other members of the groups have been getting them. I know one of the members, a big 49er fan, I forget his name, but he got one of the Royals alternate, champions jersey, with the gold lettering, and they look really good. I mean, I'm glad that they got them, because you go on the websites and all it is the generic pictures, the kind of just the store pictures of them, the generic pictures, I should say. And it's good to actually see the close-up look pictures and videos that's been taken. And the flex-based jerseys have some more air vents in them, and they've done a lot of different things. But the problem is, along with that, the prices keep going up, and it's getting to the point now where it's like, just about all of them are in that over 250 range, close to 300. Some are over 300. I know Mike Trout authentic is over 300, and it's like, I mean, my goodness, what are we doing? And I know with progress, you're going to get a higher price. I mean, I remember when fitted hats were like $25, and now they're close to $40, right? And it's, I actually prefer the older fitted hats, the old gray underbrim fitted hats from back in the day, the new era ones. Because to me, they always fit more comfortably than the ones of today. The ones of today, maybe they have these new sweat-proof and this proof and that proof features, but to me, it's more of a rigid hat. I mean, I still don't know what my size is in those. I mean, I tried different ones, and they, I still haven't really found my perfect size in those. And sometimes I get them and they like pinch against the forehead, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's like you have to just get it just right for it to actually feel comfortable in my head. And that's just me. But I mean, so sometimes changing something isn't always for the better. Um, and that's not a knock on the company. I mean, companies they're always going to look for ways to improve, and that's what it is. But to me, when it comes to Majestic, I mean, it's like they're almost to the point where they're outpricing their customer. And I know that there's a lot of people who complain in the group about Mitchell and Ness, and Mitchell and Ness gets a lot of heat. And one of the reasons they get a lot of heat is because most of the stuff comes from China. And people don't like that. People don't like they remember back in the day, they came from the USA, they came from Korea, they came from El Salvador. It was a better, product. This, that, the other thing. And a lot of people's angst is that Mitchell and Ness is making a lesser product and the price is still the same. And I totally get that. But I will say this. Is that at least, love them or hate them, at least Mitchell and Ness gives me sales. Where I can go to the store or online and I can buy their product for 30% off, 40% off, 50% off. They did $100 jerseys before. They give me a chance as a fan of the brand and as a consumer of the brand, at least 3 times a year, and that doesn't count like flash sales, like they did those Facebook flash sales in the past. They did like a baseball playoff sale. They do a lot of stuff, and maybe they have sales because they have they're overstocked. I mean, that's why any companies will do sales, right? But at least there's 3 guaranteed sales a year where I can go and get the stuff that I want to get at a percentage off. Now, I can't get the Jordan jerseys because the Jordan jerseys don't go on sale. So if I ever really want one of those and I can't find one on eBay, I just bite the bullet and grab one. And I've only done it twice so far. I've had to pay retail on those. It was a rookie red 84 jersey, and it was the 91 All-Star this past February. But, I look at it that way. At least the company is giving me a chance to get their stuff. Whereas you go to like Majestic and you gotta wait, for like Fanatics or MLB.com shop or one of these places to do a sale. And a lot of times, I don't know who else notices this, if you go to Fanatics, now they do have a fan cash program, which I really like. It's like you buy something and you get, I think it's like 5% back to put towards your next purchase or whatever it is, right? So that at least is something. But when they have a sale, a lot of times in the exclusions list, it's jerseys. So you can't get the jerseys even when the site is having a sale. Or like MLB.com shop will have a sale and they'll exclude jerseys, right? And it's maddening because it's like, well, what? So I just always have to pay retail, And you can look on eBay. Maybe you see them on eBay from time to time or whatever cheaper, but I'm talking about like the brand new product, like the flex base jerseys. When am I going to be able to get them at a discount? Or do I have to just go ahead and just throw down and pay retail on these? I really don't want to do that. I'd rather get the deal, at least something like 20% off, 25% off. I gotta get something. And again, I go back to people complaining about Mitchell and Ness, but at least Mitchell and Ness, they look out for the consumer. Do I agree with their prices? No. I mean, an NBA jersey, there's no way any NBA jersey should be $300. It's the least amount of material to make a jersey. It's basically a tank top with numbers and letters. It doesn't make sense that it's $300, but those are their sellers. It's just funny how it works. Like the MLB jerseys, the NHL jerseys, for the most part, and NFL jerseys are less than $300, right? The NBA jerseys are, and those are the ones that tend to get most attention. It is what it is, but they move. They move, and maybe particularly during sales, but they certainly move. The Jordan jerseys sell because it's Jordan. It's just how it is. But I don't agree with the prices, but at least they give me something. At least they say, okay, we're giving you a guaranteed 3 sales a year. You can get them then. And to me, I appreciate that. As a fan of the company, as still a consumer of their product, I appreciate that at least. And it might not seem like a lot, but at least for 3 times a year, I can just go to that store and buy stuff on sale and just be happy. They have a sale room too. It's like it basically open just about all year. You get whatever hats they have, like $10, $15 hats or whatever, or shirts or jackets. Not always jerseys in there, but at least it's something. It's a clearance room. At least it's something. They're giving me something. That's how I look at it. I can understand why people were upset with the company. I mean, they certainly, when you compare an older Run Mitchell and Ness jersey to a newer Run Mitchell and Ness jersey, I mean, yeah, it's apples to oranges. It's not. It doesn't compare. But with that said, they're still making the players that I want to get. They're still making jerseys that I have interest in. So I'm still going to buy it. I don't care. It comes from China, whatever. How many things in the world come from China? Okay. Whatever. I mean, if it's something I want to get, I'm still going to get it. It is what it is. I can't control where it comes from. Even as a big collector, I have nothing to do with that. And I'm not going to just turn my back on the company that's my favorite brand because they're getting stuff sent from China. Okay, that's just about how most companies are doing things. I'm not saying it makes it right, but I can't sit here and just hate on them all the time because of it. They're doing what they got to do, and just keep pumping out those sales. I'll be happy. It doesn't take much for me. Give me a chance. And that's why, like I see what some of these other companies are doing, and I see the prices of the jerseys, and I see they just keep going up and up and up and up. It's like in a couple years, I guess we're going to have $400 jerseys, $450 jerseys. Where is it going to end? Where is the ceiling for these things? And I know, again, they're making improvements. They're adding more air vents and all this material. And, I mean, everyone who has one of those flex-based jerseys just swear by how comfortable they are. I would hope they're comfortable at the prices they're... I hope so. But to me, I don't get it. We love jerseys. We in this community here, the Jersey Heads community, this is what we love. But not everyone loves jerseys. It's really like a select few who will go and spend their money and buy, the authentics. And they'll look on eBay for authentics, and they'll look on other sites. And a lot of people are just looking for t-shirts like this, or the hat, or, they're not even worried about the jersey because in their mind, well, the players come and go. What's the sense of buying a jersey, right? And there might be some truth to that. I mean, let's face it. I'm an Eagles fan. The last, 3 years now, they have gotten rid of star players for no apparent reason, just other than to do it. So that means, okay, we went out, we spent our money on a Deshaun Jackson jersey, or a Jeremy Maclin jersey, or a LaShawn McCoy jersey, or even a DeMarco Murray jersey, and now they're gone. And it's like, okay, well, it's the same thing in any sport. I mean, if you're paying a premium, it's always a risk to pay a premium on another person's name because they could be gone, within even that same season for all you know. I mean, it is. It's like a Russian roulette game. But at the same time, it's still something we love. And it's something that means a lot to us. But it really is not like the big selling point of a lot of these companies. There was a day, years ago, we all remember, back in the day, when it was the jersey boom. And everyone was wearing jerseys, throwback jerseys, whatever jerseys, because they were in right forms of entertainment, hip-hop. Magazines, music videos, everything. And then that boom hit at Mitchell and Ness, right? And then everyone else starts making jerseys. Everyone else gets into the craze, right? All different brands. And then it kind of went away. And now it's really, people like myself, people like the jersey heads, that we just love the jerseys. It's not a fad for us. It's not okay because everyone else is doing it. It's because this is what we like. This is what we love. It's not a fad for us. It's because it's something we love. And maybe people don't understand when the prices that we pay for some of these sometimes, but I mean, we love it. But that being said, for some of these companies, it's not their big selling point. Yet their prices are still just here, where maybe they should be a little down a bit. And I fear that the more and more they trump the prices up of these, the harder it's going to get. And when it gets to the point where people like me aren't buying them, then you have a real problem. Because if the jersey collector isn't going after these, probably just about no one's going to go after them. So I do think that the big companies out there like Majestic and Nike and Reebok and whatever, I think they got to be careful. Because if they get to the point where the collectors aren't going after stuff, I mean, it's one thing for the fans not to go after them, because the fans probably are still going to buy, but not to the levels of the collectors, right? They're going to get maybe one, maybe two, whatever. But the collectors are looking for stuff, right? People like me, we're looking for all different teams, not just our own favorite team, but all these other ones too. We just want to add, to the madness, as it were. So these companies, like I said, man, they got to be careful. Because the higher and higher they go, the harder they're going to find to sell this stuff. And it's just, it's how it is. That's my opinion. And, Mitchell & Ness is in the same boat. Because, I mean, if they keep, putting these things out at the same prices, even with the sales, there's going to get to a point where it's like, enough's enough. When are we going to just, let's get beyond this $300 thing. Let's go down a bit. Make it so that it's more appealing to other people too. And I know they come out with different things. I mean, they make the batting practice jerseys about $80 to $100 each. They're more affordable. They did that like replica line with the football, right? Like almost like those Reebok used to do those, the Gridiron collection or whatever those were. They made those, and those are about $150 each. But the authentics are anywhere from $225 to $300. And again, I love the brand. I will go for every sale, and I will buy. And maybe that still justifies them doing it because they move. And maybe, they're still moving at the sales and whatnot, but they're moving. But I don't see too many sales of some of these other, brands. And when the sites who have these items have sales, they usually always exclude jerseys. And I don't really understand that, because if you want to move a product, particularly a product that's at a certain price range, you got to put them on sale eventually. It's just how I feel. It's like, okay, so you're going to have X amount of things, and if they're not moving, let's say right away they might move because it's the new item, people want it. But let's say we get like into the heart of the season, certain teams aren't doing good, there just isn't that great oomph and interest at that point, and you're still sitting on a lot of product that you gotta move. And the only way you can really move it at that point is drop the price, put them on sale. But it just seems that some of these sites, and it is the it's the brand that's controlling this, because if Majestic says we don't want our jerseys on sale on your site, it doesn't matter. They're not going to go on sale. It's not up to Fanatics. It's really up to Majestic to have the okay. Yeah, let's put the Flex Base jerseys on sale like in August or September or whatever. But if it doesn't happen, it's like I said, they're going to be sitting on some stuff. And, the higher the prices go, the more stuff they're going to be sitting on. And I don't know where the ceiling is for this. It's like every time they come up with some new material or change to the jersey, the price is going to go up. And where's it going to stop? At least with Mitchell & Ness, we kind of see where the ceiling is. They haven't gone above $300 besides maybe for a Jordan, I think if I remember correct, I think the 96 All-Star was like close to 400 or something like that those years ago. If I remember correct, it was like something like that. But their ceiling at least is 3. Like, they haven't gone above that for anything in quite some time. Again, I don't understand the 3, but that's what they do. And then at least when they have a sale, you don't gotta pay 3. So I always wait, unless it's Jordan, and it's I know they're never gonna go on sale, but unless you see one on eBay or something like that, and then it's like it's not a guarantee one's gonna pop up there in a size 52, and anymore it's like people sell them at below size 52s, which really pisses me off. But it's like, how many damn 48s can you have? Can we just get 152 and that 96 finals jersey just one? Can I just get one to pop up on eBay in a 52? Every time I see one, it's a 48. I'm just sucks. But no, that's my opinion on it. I normally don't complain about the prices, because I understand it. It's a business, and you can't just give this stuff away. But you gotta at least make it affordable. You gotta at least, if you're not gonna do that, then you at least gotta have some sales. You gotta give people a chance. It is what it is. I mean, if people just buy like one jersey, or that's it. That's all they want to get. That's one thing. But someone like me, I can't just settle on one. I have a list. And it makes it tough. It's like I see those prices and it's like, man, where is the ceiling for these? When is this gonna just? It's frustrating. It's frustrating because definitely when you see things that you really want to go after, and it's like, I guess not. And I know they're doing all these different things. They're doing like the Mother's Day jersey. They're doing like the Father's Day jersey. They're doing like they've done it the past few years with the Stars and Stripes for the 4th of July. They're doing the Memorial Day, and they look really good. I mean, they're nice looking, and I love extras on a jersey. So I'm like, man, those are, yeah, I would definitely get some of those, but the prices are like, yeah, probably not. At least not right away. But yeah. So I just wanted to kind of rant on that a little bit. Again, no disrespect to people who buy them. I mean, at retail price, I mean, you wanted it. Who am I to tell people? Oh yeah, you gotta wait for sales. But for me, I tend to just I wait. I mean, I wait until I can get at least some sort of deal. Unless it's just something I gotta have. It's just like, and the Jordan, he was my all-time favorite player. He's my first favorite athlete, and it's like, I won't buy all the Jordan jerseys Mitchell and Ness makes because a lot of them get kind of repetitive. But there's some that are just like, I just had to have them, and I still want that 96 finals, but, I'm trying to hold out hope that 52 shows up on eBay sometime, and I definitely want to get that. Maybe even the white 45, to go with the red one that I got last year, and definitely if they reissue that 96 All-Star, I'll definitely be getting that because I didn't get it when it was first released. I know they had like the upside down too. So I hope next time they make it, they don't do the upside down too. But I definitely want to grab that. If they ever make that one again. And there's a couple other of the All-Stars that I want to get if they ever make, but but yeah, I mean, that's my little rant, that's my little vlog. One other thing I want to touch on real quick is the player collections. I remember back in the day when Mac Wilson, M Diddy, was making his videos here on YouTube, and I was always like, I was always like really impressed with the fact that he would get the LeBron James All-Star jersey every year. It didn't matter. It's like every year he got the LeBron James All-Star jersey. And I always thought that was cool to like have a player from like their rookie year on and just get their All-Star jersey, every year. And if I were to pick a player, it would be a player in baseball because I just love the baseball All-Star jersey. And I know it's just the team jersey, but it's got the stars on the back. It's the patch. I mean, it's always a nice looking jersey, even though it's just a team jersey, kind of decorated for the All-Star game. But I've always liked that, and I always felt bad that I didn't get Mike Trout from his first All-Star game on, because obviously local guy, done good and everything. Big fan of Mike Trout, and it's just one of those things. And last year, I thought about getting Chris Bryant. It was his rookie year, and he made the All-Star game, and, I like the Cubs. I mean, the Cubs are a team that I've always liked, too. And I figured, okay, well, it would be cool to have a Cub, from his, a guy who could be a superstar in the league for many years, get his rookie jersey and keep going from there. But I just never did get it. And then I saw it this year. It was on Amazon. There was a company, based in Illinois or something, maybe just outside Chicago, and they were selling a bunch of stuff, like a sporting good type, seller, a bunch of Cubs and Bears and Bulls and stuff, but they had, other teams too. But is the only other place I've seen it was a Chris Bryant All-Star jersey from last year. And the damn thing, it went from being available, and I do I get the cashback bonus on Amazon. So my Discover card, it's like certain things if you buy, throughout the whatever period it is, you get 5% cash back, and all of that goes towards Amazon. For me, I have it set up so it goes to Amazon, because you can usually find some good stuff on there. And I was close to getting my next cash out for the 5%, and I saw the jersey. I put it on my in my cart, and I'm like, all right, I already have a decent amount. I'm just going to wait for that one more cash out, and then I'm going to buy it. The thing was available, and sometimes on Amazon, if you see something is listed as available, they'll give you a number of how many are available, and sometimes it just says available. So this one just said available. It was and I had it on there for a week or so, and it was a Friday, and I was going to, get it that next week. And then that Monday came along, and it was gone. And I'm like, oh... I was so disappointed, because this is the only one I see. I think the only other one I see is on eBay, and the seller wants $400 for it. So I'm like, yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But I was pretty bummed about that. But this was a couple weeks ago, and but I even found the Ernie Banks memorial patch. The Cubs wore last year on the sleeve, but on the All-Star game they wore it above. It was the home Cubs jersey, but they wore it above the big Cubs crest on the front. They wore the 14 Ernie Banks memorial patch on that, because they had the All-Star patch on there. Although in the postseason they wore the thing over the the postseason on the sleeve, but for the All-Star game they did that. So I was going to get the 14, and it was the same. It was because there was a few of them on eBay, but I found the one that was the one that they were wearing last year, and I had the plans of buying it and putting it on that jersey, and that was his rookie All-Star jersey, and it just didn't happen. You snooze, you lose, I guess, and I just lost out on that one. I felt horrible too. I'm like, oh my goodness, come on Amazon, why'd you do that to me? But that wasn't too good, but. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think, unless I can find another Chris Bryant from last year that's not $400, I was, trying to think, is there another player? And I'm a Phillies fan first, and, I mean, Mike Franco, I mean, he could be a real, superstar in the league for years to come. He plays third base, too, so I don't know how often he'll be in as the starter in the All-Star game, because Mr. Bryant will probably have that role for a while. But, at least he'll make the team. And if he makes the team this year, I mean, I can't sleep on a Franco All-Star jersey, right? So I'm going to try to start with him. I mean, I don't, obviously he's young in his career. He's still making a name for himself in the league, but he's a real dynamic defensive third baseman, and he has some pop. So he put on a show last year at Yankee Stadium during a series there, and his rookie year. And, he seems like he's going to be the real deal. So, I mean, Mike Franco might be the player that I start with, and the good thing about that is he's a Philly, so that certainly helps. Because I'm trying to think of any other player, and I'm like, I mean, outside of Chris Bryant, I'm trying to get them early enough, get into it early enough, so I can get them from their rookie, or their first All-Star game on until they retire or whatever. So it might be Maikel Franco. It might be a Philly. You know, and I'm hoping to make that happen this year. I'm not really looking forward to the price of the jersey, but the other thing about those jerseys, I've noticed this, because they used to be just on MLB.com shop, and now I guess they would be Fanatics too, because it's run by the same company. But they would have them out for like maybe a month, and then they would be gone. And I still don't know what happens to them, because they can't all sell. I mean, you know, because they put them out for just about every player that makes the All-Star game for both American League and National League, right? And they're available for like a month. And then they're gone. And they're not in clearance, and they're nowhere to be found. They're there, and then they're not there. At least this is the way it was on MLB.com shop over the last how many years. And it's like, what happens to them? Do they just go like these other markets? Why do they just disappear? You know, I noticed that with quite a few of those jerseys too. It's like the Stars and Stripes jerseys would be there for a while, and they would disappear. You know, some of these other like event jerseys would be there, and then they would disappear. Like, what's going on here? Or at least put them in your clearance section or something. Why are they just disappearing? I don't know if they just ship them off to like, you know, Ross and TJ Maxx and stuff. Like, I never see them in there. But I don't know what the heck happens to them. They're gone. It's just it's like they never existed. And I know they couldn't all sell out, because when they're close to selling out, they say few available, and none of them had that, so it can't be that. But I'm like, what? And they don't even go on sale. It's like, it could be like a week, like a month, not a month, but like a couple weeks after the game, and there's still retail prices. Like, what's going on? Why are they just disappearing? What is this? So I don't know. So maybe it might be Maikel Franco that I get started with this year, and see what happens. But I've always liked the baseball All-Star jerseys. You know, the NBA ones can be very hit or miss. Particularly the T-shirt jerseys. Oh my God! I have another vlog someday about my hatred for those NBA T-shirt jerseys. I really just, I'm so glad my Sixers have never worn one of those. I can't wait till Adidas' contract ends with that. That's all due respect to people who like them. I can't take those jerseys. And they make them for everything anymore. And they wore them as an All-Star jersey one year. I'm like, yeah. But is what it is. It's a trend. That's not a very good one. But anyhow, so that's going to do it for this vlog. You know, like I said, the prices on these jerseys are just, it's getting out of control. You know, and I know Nike does their thing with the NFL. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Then you got, you know, Majestic doing this. Yeah, the flag. I guess Ultra Base is next, right? Where they're going to be like $400 jerseys. But anyhow, yeah, that's about it. You know, just kind of rambling on a bit. Hope for those of you who made it through, thank you. Look forward to my next video. I will have the pickups of April pretty soon. That video will be probably by the weekend, if not early next week. So be on the lookout for that. Got a decent amount of baseball stuff to show. And yeah, until the next video, as always, shouts to all the fellow Jersey heads out there, family, friends, fellow DeviantArt members, anyone I'm forgetting, as always. Again, this is MightyFan saying peace. I will see you in that next video. All right, everyone, take care. Happy collecting. Bye.